everybody, and welcome back to La Capricornia with me, Priscilla Moreno. So, as promised, you guys, we're going to talk about some scary things in this video. And honestly, I don't even know if they would be too scary, but they're just things that have happened to us. So, I have Olivia here with me who wants to share some of her stories. And I also have Lewis here with me who's not going to be in the video. Yeah, he's just going to talk, he's not going to be in the video. Okay, guys, so I guess we should just start off with, like, I guess,
What happened to
yeah, what happened to us. Yeah, we can do that, like, just different things. Um, I want to say for me, the earliest thing that has ever happened to me is when I used to live in my mom and my dad's house, and I used to be Olivia's age or younger. I actually used to see a little boy, like, around my mom and dad's house, and my family would always kind of make fun of me, specifically my brother, saying that, like, oh, I had an imaginary friend and blah blah blah. And nobody really believed me, and it's fine. I remember back then I used to get, like, upset, but it is what it is. So fast forward, you guys, we actually ended up finding out that there was a little boy who passed away at my mom and my dad's house.
it was your little brother.
Yeah. So my little brother actually ended up passing away at my house too. But this was before, like, my brother had passed away. So, like, I don't think I ever felt my brother there, like, at my parents' house. It's weird. We actually did have one thing. So after my brother passed away, I want to say it was maybe a couple days later. We were all sleeping and we heard something fall in the kitchen, and it actually sounded kind of hard. Like, and I remember that I think it was my grandma. She was staying in the living room or something like that, and she's the main one who heard it. And when they went over to check, they saw it was like the bread, like sandwich bread on the floor, because we used to put it on top of our fridge, and so it was on the floor. And I remember that was, like, big for us because my little brother used to have a habit of getting the bread and eating it, like, straight from the bag just by itself. Like, he used to love bread. And so that's the main reason why we had it on top of the fridge, because he would always eat it. And it was just so crazy. I'm telling you, just a couple days later, that we heard that. And the weird thing about it is because it was like a thump. Like, it was pretty loud. Like, it wasn't even like, it was like bread when it falls. It's not that loud. It's light, so it was just different. But yeah, so that's my, I guess, one of my earliest ones, and I guess going into my brother too. But what about you, Olivia? What do you remember, or what do you see?
Shadows um, running across Louis' room, and I used to see um, my mom's dog.
Oh yeah, she has this story. I don't know. I'm not making fun of you, but you have this story, how that you always see this white dog. Like, she always sees this white dog, and Louis likes making fun of her. See, I'm telling you, she sees something, and she always tells me, like, I think it's your old dog. Like, it's so weird.
It was.
I don't think it was before we got the cat too, though. Yeah, it was before we got to Olivia. She used to see.
It was bigger than Daisy.
Yeah, she says it was bigger than Daisy, but she always used to see, like, a dog running around, a white dog, and
A
I'm
white
like,
dog. I seen the dog floating, like where the like where the bed is.
oh yeah, yeah, she did. Yeah, because I want to say, I think
And it was
so.
laying down.
Yeah, so she's told me she's seen this, and then I want to say that was like a couple days too before I seen who I think was my mom's sister. Because I remember I told you I seen the white dress with the white dress. Yeah, see, because she knows about it too. So there was this one time, you guys, I was getting ready in the restroom, and I happened to see, like, something walk by the door, and it was like a flowing white dress.
You thought it was me, but it was not.
Yeah, I thought it was her, and I was kind of like, is she hiding behind the door? I did, because I just seen something white pass by, and then I thought she was playing around with me, like hiding behind the door so she can scare me or something. And so then I was like, okay. So then I kind of stopped, and I was like, no, this looked like much bigger than her, like much taller. and it was like a flowing white dress. So I happened to like I popped out and looked. I didn't see anything, and I remember I was talking to my mom afterwards. I don't know if I called her that same day or was the day later or something, but
I
I was
think you
talking.
did.
Yeah, I was talking to my mom, and I happened to tell her that I seen this like I guess this figure with like a white flowing dress, and that it kind of made me think about her sister. So I don't know why I had this in my head because I remember my mom telling me one time that when the earliest picture they had of her sister, and I think the only picture they have, is she was wearing like this white dress, but she was a baby. So in honesty, like I was kind of like, oh, I don't know, because she was a baby. This I seen something much taller, but it made me feel like remind me of her sister right away. So I remember telling my mom about this. So then my mom literally just starts saying, "When did you see this?" And I'm like, "Oh, it was yesterday." And she's like, "That is so crazy." So then my mom started talking about how she was sitting at her bed and she happened to look at her door and she seen basically the same thing, like somebody passed by with a white dress. And a couple of days later, I actually ended up asking about this to somebody that I know that reads tarot. I happened to ask them, like, hey, I just want to know, like, what is this? Like, what am I seeing? Is it good? Is it bad? Like, this is what I think it is. And the crazy part about this is, I think they pulled the Queen of Pentacles, and then they did say that it was somehow related to the family. It wasn't to me, though. It had to do with my mom, which right away I was like, yeah, it's her sister. Like, I just knew, and they basically said pretty much like that's that they weren't sure what they were trying to tell me, but it was more a message towards my mom. And I don't know, I never found out what that message was.
The funny thing is, though, that would be Olivia's mentality to wake up and scare you.
It would. That's why I thought it was her. That's why I really thought it was her. And I was just like, but it wasn't in the morning, it was in the afternoon, because I think I was getting ready to do a video because you were still awake, because that's when I remember coming out and like looking for you and
I
her
think
really quick.
I think I think I was in the room.
Yeah, I think you were with Louis at that time. But yeah, and then I know you've also seen the shadows too, though, in Louis's room, and it's crazy because
The
me and her both remember she was like, I keep seeing shadows in his room, and it was at the same time I kept seeing shadows pass by her room too.
the
I don't see
the shadow that passed by Louis' room to the closet. Uh, it kind of looked at, it kind of looked at, it was black and it was like kind of like a kid.
Oh, okay.
I seen like a kid. It was he was like running past the room, but like to the closet, like where my toys are.
You probably went to go play with your toys.
Maybe, you never know. Because I'm telling you,
Or it might
that's
be a
what would
girl.
happen with
It
you,
might be
Louis.
a girl.
The little
Might
boy
be
that I
a
used to see would I remember when you were little, you used to say you used to see a little boy, and then you used to say that he used to take your toys. So there was that one time that you were, I want to say you were a year and a half or two, and you came running up to me, and I think you're just upset. You're like, he's trying to take my toys, and you're like on the verge of crying. And then I remember my mom was there, and she was like, who are you talking about? And then I think I remember telling my mom at that exact moment, like, maybe he sees the little boy I used to see. And the minute those words came out of my mouth, the toy just went off by itself. Like, you weren't even near this toy. Like, it was like across the room. You had a pile of toys in the corner, and then that happened. I never got any bad vibes off of it, but then again, you were little, so I don't know if maybe that was just you not understanding what was happening, um, or maybe he wasn't nice to you. I don't know.
He was playing favorites.
He was playing favorites. I don't know, but yeah, we've had a couple weird things happen. I mean, I've had a ton more happen, and I think the part that always used to trip me out before is because I always thought it was like, okay, this just happens at my parents' house, because we've had a lot of weird things happen. Like my family, people that have gone to visit have kind of seen things, and we always used to say, like, well, at least in my head, I used to be like, oh, it's just like at my parents' house kind of thing, right? And then things started happening at the old apartment we used to live at.
Literally.
Yeah, literally.
Literally.
So yeah,
Literally.
so things started kind of happening there, and then even moving here, like I remember thinking in my head, like, like, is it something following me? But I feel like I've gotten different vibes every single time we go somewhere, so I kind of feel like it's not the same thing either. How about you? Why are you looking around now?
I'm just curious.
I was like, are you getting nervous now? Oh my gosh, kids, don't be scared. I'm right here.
I'm not scared.
Oh my gosh.
I'm just.
But yeah, I don't know. And then that's the thing. Like, I don't know. At least I feel what I've taught you guys. Like, do you guys get scared about that kind of stuff?
Yeah,
I know you kind of do.
kind of.
I
Not
don't.
the littlest.
But then again, like it's very weird, you guys. I think ever since I've been little, like I've never really been scared. Like my parents always used to say that, like I've never been really scared of anything. And then when I used to be, when I'm telling you, I used to see the little boy before. Like there was times where I used to be in the backyard like playing by myself till like late at night. Like, well, apparently with this ghost kid, I used to be in the backyard doing this, and like my parents were like, "Are you not scared? Like the lights are off and stuff like that." And I'm just over there doing like random stuff. And yeah, like I don't know, I've never felt scared.
I've had a fascination for it, but
Yeah, I think that's been my thing. I think it's more of like I just want to know like what is it.
yeah.
And I think that's my thought. Like, I don't even want to know what is it. I guess I just want to know who it is because I've had different things. Like I'm telling you, um, like I know for sure, like that was my mom's sister. That one time that happened. Um, I swear, you guys, I have seen Archangel Michael. Like, and that one, my mom was with me. You guys, it's so crazy the way that happened. It was when a close friend of mine's passed away, and we ended up running into this man who basically told us like, "Hey, I'm gonna leave this stuff here. All the stuff that's here belongs to him." And he started going into how like he felt no pain when he passed away and all this stuff, and he gave such like a warmth, and he was giving off like very good vibes and calming and warmth and all this stuff. When we're like crying because our friend just passed away. And the crazy part about that is afterwards, because this is actually one of my, he was close with us, but it was more of my brother's friend. So when my brother and his friends went back, all the stuff that he put piled right there were different things that those people wanted to take with them. Like, because they helped him with something, or because, hey, this is something me and him did together, me and him listened to this together. Because I always thought that was trippy. And me and my mom, like to this day, when that day we were talking about it, we are like, oh, I feel like that was an angel. Like we always said it, we felt like that was an angel. Just the way it happened, the way he disappeared, like the way it all, like just in general, the way he looked. And I really think that was Archangel Michael. It sounds so weird, but I remember even back then thinking this, and I was kind of like, okay, just kind of the doubt. And even till now, like I remember talking about it, and my mom still like kind of trips out a little bit. Um, but yeah, I really do think that's who it was. And then there was a time too. Remember, I told you like I felt like he was sending messages and different things like that. Oh, careful with the cat! Careful with the cat! Leave her alone. She's sleeping. But yeah. Okay, you guys. So that's pretty much the end of this video. Unless you guys want to add some more things to it.
Louis hasn't.
Louis hasn't gone. Louis, do you want to say something before we close this video out?
Oh, like what?
I don't know.
Like,
Do you want to share your experience?
I mean, I had multiple.
Well, give me one of them. How about that?
One of them.
He must.
Like, what's one that you're kind of like, I don't know, like trips you out to this day? I have a whole bunch of them, but I don't want to make this video about me. Like, I want it to be about all of us. So,
Like you were saying that like you thought it was only at Grandpa's house.
yeah.
I used to think that too because whenever I go to spend the night with Gordo, we
Uh-huh.
would stay up at night and we would listen to hear if anybody would come out of their rooms, like to go to the restroom or to, like to check on us because sometimes Lola or Junior would do that. And so like sometimes we'll be like playing and we would hear like taps on like the tiles and like how Grandpa's tiles you're able to hear like they're really cracked sometimes.
When you walk?
Yeah.
Yeah.
We would hear that sometimes. And then we would like pretend that we're sleeping, but then like nobody would come or you wouldn't hear any doors open or close.
I've actually had that happen in my dad's house plenty of
Yeah,
times.
you just hear like the tapping and creaking.
I always notice that of my dad's. That's the crazy part. But my dad's house has so many stories, like so many stories and so many things. Like I kind of wish that we could have made this video with like everybody. Like, cause I'm telling you, Grandma has some crazy stories too, which is crazy because like I'm telling you, maybe I'm just the one that's the most open with it. But like my mom and my dad have had some like experiences too. Like when I get them talking, like they're just like saying all this
Yeah.
stuff. Like my dad used to hear a little girl or a little boy, he doesn't know. He just used to hear a baby crying in the mornings, and he used to when he because he used to go outside and start feeding the animals before he left to work. And then he used to say that he thought it was me at first, and he would kind of come inside and be like, "Oh, why is she like crying so much?" And I would be like dead asleep, and my mom's like, "She's been asleep. Like, what are you talking about?" So I don't know. We've always had like crazy stuff happen in that house. So yeah, so kind of the same thing. I always thought it was there.
But like grandma too. I forgot what she was telling me. Oh, she was telling me about her brothers, and then she was telling me that when in her old house, that her mom thought that she saw somebody out in the backyard. Um, like I forgot what they were doing, but like she saw them like going between like some flowers that they had, and so
Oh, I know what you're talking about.
yeah. At first she thought it was just abuelito, but then she went to go to the room where he was sleeping, so she woke him up, and then he went out there and said there was nobody.
Yeah.
But that might have been just a robbery.
No, it's not.
Just
Well, because grandma grew up in like a rough neighborhood,
yeah.
so yeah, I remember them saying that. But I remember, I think they said if there was somebody there, you would have been able to see where they passed by. Because I think on the other side, the fence was like super high and it was made out of bricks. So there's like no way somebody would have like scaled that or something like that. Like you know what I mean? Like you would have had to have been Spider Man or something to scale that wall. Yeah. So yeah, so like they would have been able to see, but yeah, I know which one you're talking about. Yeah, I know it's just I don't know, it's always been a little weird for us. I think I don't know, and then I always kind of think too, like I mean I know random things happen to random people and like or just different people and different things, but then like don't you ever kind of wonder like why do a lot of stuff keep happening to us? Because that's always my like I'm telling you I don't know I guess I just embrace it a little bit more. Like I'm telling you I think I'm okay with it because I mean I don't feel anything bad. I've never gotten hurt. I've never gotten like you know what I mean. There's been some weird stuff that have happened. Oh, you don't do that, please. You're shaking the camera. Careful. Sit down. But yeah, so then there's some weird things that happen, and so I always kind of wonder like, okay, is it just me? Like, because I would get a lot of stuff, and but then again, I kind of almost feel like it's a bloodline thing. Because like when you really think about it, look at all of us talking about it, and then when we all get like together, we all talk about the crazy things that happen. Like it's all of us.
Yeah.
So yeah.
Apparently, I'm the only one that doesn't see the shadows in my room.
I don't know. Maybe it's a good thing. You can grab it so you don't keep shaking the table. Grab it.
I don't know what you're talking
She's
about.
obsessed with her pomegranate, you guys. So yeah. Here, just grab the pomegranate. Just grab the whole thing.
Yo.
Just grab the whole
Please.
pomegranate. It's okay. Just grab the pomegranate.
The pomegranates.
Oh my gosh. When is Luis?
He didn't want any.
Okay then.
Just give me a hint.
Okay, there you go.
I'll hold it.
That one's mine.
Oh my gosh. It's okay. It's okay. You guys can trade off after. Okay. I'm telling you, she's obsessed with the pomegranates right now, guys. But yeah. Do you guys want to add any more to this? You don't have to.
Do you have anything else?
No.
You're good? Why do you look at me so serious? You're good? Yes. Okay, you guys. So like I said, we probably have like 1,000 more stories. I think that
I
was
don't.
just like a quick little thing. I know because you kind of generalize everything together as one. But no, I said I think she kind of like compacts her stories into like you know what I mean.
Floating dog.
Don't make fun of
Floating
her.
dog.
You don't know what she sees. No, is that what you're thinking about?
Yeah.
Oh my gosh.
I wonder what the dogs think about it. Like, do dogs experience anything?
I'm pretty sure they do. There's been a couple times
you.
I think with the old dog that we had, which is funny. It's just the one that she's talking about. Like where I thought I saw something, I turned and look, and then so did the dog. And I'm like, if the dog is turning to look, then it must be like real. You know what I mean? You like when somebody like when two people turn and look and you're like, oh, it must have happened because she
Yeah.
just turned and looked for the same reason. Yeah, so which has also happened to me too, like with my mom. But
Oh, yeah, something like Daisy barking at nothing. That always scares
oh
me.
yeah, that always scares me when she barks at nothing. It was the old apartment she used to do that in.
Yeah, I remember
Yeah.
I called. We were
She used to
off
do
that
that in my room.
Yeah,
it was
in
my
your
room.
room.
My
She would
room
bark
was the
at your
trippy
restroom.
one over there.
She would bark at your restroom.
But we always saw the things in my restroom, remember?
Yeah.
There was always shadows in my old restroom. I never found out if anything happened there,
Mom.
but they were.
Mom, I think
they
I
were
know
permanents.
why Daisy is barking all the time.
Why? She doesn't
I
bark
think-
all the time.
She's a dog.
Sometimes.
Not all the time.
Why?
Cause she must have like seen a shadow, and then when we come and see if
She's barking at?
okay,
Mhm.
she the shadow must have went away, like shadows must have went away.
No, yeah. It always, because
Or
I'm
we
telling
just
you,
can't
we
see
always saw stuff like in my, specifically my room restroom at the old apartments. We always saw the shadows, and she would bark at them. Yeah, so I always thought that was trippy too.
She would be sitting down barking at her.
Yeah, and then since we moved here, she hasn't really, not once have we had any problem with her just barking randomly, unless she hears like the dogs around or
Either that,
somebody
she's
gets
just,
near
like,
the door or knocks
she's
on the
just
door.
like rubbing around. She just barks randomly. Like she just doesn't just.
Oh
go,
yeah,
she's, like,
no,
rubbing
yeah,
herself.
but that one, no, but the time she was barking over there was like
But yeah, it's-
growl, like she saw something.
Yeah,
Yeah,
like towards the at something. Here she just does it randomly because
true.
she doesn't like.
Well, maybe
Okay.
she's in a shadow.
Because
Okay, you
she's just
guys.
rubbing around.
I think that's enough arguing back and forth. Okay, you guys. Well, thanks so much for listening. If you listen to this, if you guys want to share any stories that have happened to you guys or that are similar, please feel free to leave a comment down below. I'll probably do like the tarot reading instead of course, adding it to this video. I'm going to do it separately and I'll post it on Instagram for the week. So kind of like I used to before, where I used to read the cards.
Or YouTube.
Let's try to make a short out of it. Great idea. There's my social media person right here. But okay, you guys. Thank you so much for watching. Like I said, leave your comments down below and make sure you follow me on my other social media. Have a great week and happy Halloween, you guys.
Happy Halloween.
Daisy says happy
Who says it?
Halloween.
She does. Bye,
Please don't
everybody.